What's up, everybody, and welcome back to yet another installment of Ask PJ Braun here at the Blackstone Labs headquarters.
Woo!
Woo! What's up, y'all?
What's up?
All right, we have a lower than usual number of questions this week, which means that y'all are slacking on the questions.
Come on.
This is not our end. This is y'all's end. You guys got to give us more to work with than this. Otherwise, you know, the entire podcast is just going to be like boobs, butts, and porns and stuff.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, the good news is we both have stuff to do today.
that is true. So we will bust these out and get it moving right along so we can get to this glorious weekend we've got ahead of us. PJ's going to New York.
Yep.
And we will be at the pool party on Sunday.
Yes.
Where's that? It's in Boca here?
Yeah, it's right in Boca. It's like right by my house.
Dope.
It's at the waterfront resort.
So we all know where the after party is.
Yes, we do.
The reptile room at PJ Braun's
Back
house.
over to the reptile room.
All right, this first question. Subject starts. Redcon 1 ruined my gains.
Oh.
Damn, bruh.
Wah, wah, wah.
All right. He says, okay, PJ, let me start off by apologizing for what I'm about to tell you. I'm a longtime Blackstone fan and finished with the Beat PJ back in April. I lost over 50 pounds with your hardcore muscle stack and looked the best I have in a year. I stand about 5'10 and weighed 180 pounds, completely shredded thanks to your keto diet along with Blackstone supplements, but unfortunately for me, I did not win the Beat PJ. But it's okay because it wasn't for nothing because I looked and felt great. Now, on to the bad part. Right after the Beat PJ, I heard that Redcon 1 was also doing an online competition, and since I lost all my fat and was wanting to add lean muscle, I thought why not try to win some cash also? Worst mistake ever. I went on to the website, which constantly glitches out on me while talking to a rep, and then got in contact with one of the reps and told them my goal, gain lean muscle. They hit me with a list longer than Jason Genova text, which cost me over $700, but I did get 30% off. Prepare for lame douche names on RPG, MOAB, Cluster Bomb, MRE, and Halo. Now, I'm not sure how familiar you are with these products, but they are a meal replacement, anabolic, pre-workout, insulin support, and recovering agent, blah, blah, blah. And guess what? I have had no gains. My diet is on point, and my workouts are amazing, but I got zero pump with the pre-workout. The meal replacement has my stomach looking bloated and covered my abs. The insulin support has no effect, and everything tastes like shit. I stopped taking everything about halfway through, so if anybody wants all this, feel free to let me know. If you would like for me to send you these products so you can test them yourself, I'd be happy to do that. I just wanted to tell you this, let you know that I'm always Blackstone faithful and will never recommend these supplements to anyone. Show love. Love the show, PJ. Project Freak was the best thing I've ever seen. Sincerely, Brian.
Well, I mean...
Not really a question,
yeah, more
but
of a statement.
One thing we can say to that is... Sweet, bro. Dope story.
That's what you get for leaving us, though, you know? I mean, we put out the best stuff. You know, I mean, I'm not going to sit and talk trash about other brands. I mean, I've talked plenty of trash about...
We don't need to, really.
Yeah, I've talked trash about Singerman plenty of times.
Should have shot that in garbage.
Yeah, I should have shot that.
Oh, I didn't even see... Anyways.
Well, come back to Blackstone. Maybe I'll send you some free stuff.
Maybe. Potentially. We might just hit you with a 30% off code or something because...
Don't worry, our stuff will work. And
that seemed to just do it for you when Redcon did it. So, loyalty is everything, bruh.
Yeah, what happened to your loyalty?
Jesus.
Come on.
Why don't you wait until we do one of them once or twice a year BOGOs we run, bruh.
Black Friday.
Come on now. Why don't you just listen to the podcast? You get 20% off on the podcast codes.
On everything.
Glycolog 20. What are you doing? Bruh. All right. Next one. Hello, PJ. I'm not sure I understand.
All right. So, long story short, this young lady did a bikini competition.
Okay.
And she is new to the Legion. Wants to know what products would be best for her. Where should she start? She's new to Blackstone Labs, new to the Legion. My advice to you is just to stick with the basics. You can't go wrong with our pre-workouts, Dust V2, and the stimulant-free one is Hype. I also think that everyone can benefit from Recomp. So get yourself some Recomp, and then women do great with Androgenin. You can take that together. That's a nice little stack that will get you some muscle building, anti-cortisol, help you tighten up, and then the pre-workouts for great energy. Now, if you're looking to, burn some fat, we've got 3 different diet, pills, or we actually have the Trojan Horse, which is a powder, and that's our stim-free one. That's the one that I like the most. So there's a number of ways that you could go. It's just a matter of what you're trying to achieve the fastest. So if you're looking for something that you can do year round, the pre-workouts, you can do the glycolog year round. I mean, recomp, you just have to do some little cycle off periods for a month or so, but you can use that year round too.
Now I understand. This is from last week when we needed more info.
Yep.
Okay. I wasn't getting that. I was like, did we answer already? Because like that one when the dude wanted the diet info.
Yeah.
All right. We're flying through these here quickly. Says, yo, PJ, it's your boy Todd Dave.
Todd.
I promise that I'm not wearing pants while I'm typing this, but anyway, my question is, how do I get my bench stronger without a spot? My gym is small, and any good spots are pretty much non-existent. I hope all is well in your world, and tell Jersh to take it easy on the goddamn calories. Your favorite Texas dude with nips, Todd.
So, to get your bench press up without a spot, I mean, whenever you're going to go into, like, max lifting like that, you should always have a spot no matter what. Like, if you're trying to get it up, you just don't have a spot, or maybe you're alone or something like that, you're going to have to be conservative in the sense that you can't go to failure because you're going to get buried with the weight on your chest. So you're not going to be able to test yourself. So what I would suggest is figuring out what your one rep max is now, and you're going to need a spotter for that, and then only working with like 75 to 80% of that one rep max and seeing what kind of reps you can do with that. But again, you're not going to want to go to failure. So I don't know if I just need more information. I'm sorry for the people that ask questions and I say I need more information. I just need to know, do you have racks that you can put it on? Are you able to do negatives? Or, because you can't do a negative the right way if somebody's not going to pull it up off you afterwards,
Yeah, I mean, like I would say the best thing probably is find a gym with one of those 3D Smith machines.
Yeah.
That like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's on a rack no matter where you move,
and
then you can just lock it.
If you also, it's a matter of, are you just trying to get your bench up just for the sake of moving your bench, or are you training like a power lifter? Because your guidelines are going to be so much different. If you're a power lifter, you have to have your feet flat on the floor. You have to, rest on your chest. You have to lock it out. I mean, if you're just trying to like take the weight off, slam it off your chest and move it, use a Smith machine if you're going to do that. Then you have to worry about it not having a spot.
All right. Next one says, first and foremost, I wanted to say we are so lucky as a community to have Blackstone Labs, and from the deepest part of my heart, I want to say thank you both. Thank you to both of you and the entire company. So I have two questions. First is more of a Josh question, I think. Oh, well, thank you. I'm planning on buying some high-end lifting shoes, and I'm deciding on which to buy. I do way more conventional lifting than anything like CrossFit. I've narrowed it down to no bull lifters and Reebok legacies. I'm open to new ideas, but what is your opinion if you have any? So my opinion on that is it depends on what I'm going to work out that day. If I'm doing anything like leg or let's say like anything leg associated, I'm definitely not going to wear anything with like boost or squishy foam or anything like that. Like I want a solid, nice, like stable shoe. I try to do like stable high tops because I like having my ankle locked down for doing squats and deadlifts and stuff like that. And let's try to stay away from like boost or any foam shoes because that's gonna like make it springy for your squat. But now if I'm doing like arms or chest or something like that, I can wear boost, I can wear foam, doesn't matter. So I really like Ultra Boost for a lot of my workouts. But other than that, like if I want something like a little bit more stable, sometimes I wear the Air Jordan 1. I like those. It's a nice high top. If you tie it tight, you can get a little bit of stability out of it. And I mean, if you're just looking to go like running. Like Nike has some great models with that new Epic React that are pretty comfortable.
I think Nike makes good shoes for everything.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I don't. No disrespect to them. I haven't worn a lot of their shoes, but I've gotten some Reebok runners that sucked.
Yeah,
and
I'm not a big fan of Reebok.
I like a running shoe for my cardio because my ankles are small and my feet get beat up. And Nike makes really, really good running shoes. Also, to train in, I always train legs and Hirachis. They have really good support. They're a good training shoe. But you can also, like, if you're just doing arms and shit, you can train in fucking chucks. You know what I mean? And you can wear
trying to get arms.
I had arms out of chucks on right now, so.
Hitting arms, you can train anything.
People like the Metcons, those
Nike Metcons.
I've heard very, very good things about the Metcons.
I've heard good things about the Metcons as well. I just don't like the way they look. I think they look really bad.
The girl ones are better than the guy ones.
The colors.
Yes.
Yeah, the girl ones do look nice.
They're expensive, but I've actually, whenever I see them in a picture, Yvette, Cassandra, one of our athletes, I had a recent talk with her about the Metcons, and she said they're great.
They have them for like $77.
Where?
You can even customize them.
Really?
Yeah.
You can even
on the
customize
site,
them
they're like
Nike.
140.
You can get them on deals.
Huh. Yeah, I've actually only spoken to girls about them, but I've only heard positive that they're like the best training shoe.
Like right now, I really like the Nike Vapor Max. I'm currently wearing the Vapor Max. The only problem with it is if you're doing legs, no go. If you're doing something that you know you're going to be walking with heavy dumbbells, like one time I wore these Vapor Maxes that I'm wearing right now, and I was training shoulders, and I was going to walk with the 100-pound dumbbells over to the little seat. And I could tell with 200 extra pounds added to the 200 pounds I already am, walking on the shoes, I could just feel that extra squish in the air bubble. And I was like, I don't know if it likes this one.
I actually exploded. Guy Sister Nina will tell you guys the story. A pair of Nike Shocks squatting one day. It's a fucking hilarious story. I had like 500 pounds on. And back then, like everybody like wore Shocks, like they were super popular.
It was the thing, yeah. When I first started going to the gym, everybody wore Shocks.
And dude, it sounded like a gun firing. It was like pa, and my ankle like rolled in. And he was laughing so hard when he was spotting me. But it was like, fortunately I didn't get hurt. But
that's another reason why I don't fuck around with a lot of shoes on leg day.
No, not on leg day.
I knew a dude that was really fucked up out in California because he was deadlifting wearing some type of shoes. I don't think he told me if it was a Nike or an Adidas or what, but he was wearing some type of not very stable shoe, and the midsole split right off of the actual base of the shoe. Damn. And it just dislocated, or it herniated like 3 discs in his back because he was deadlifting like 550 pounds or something, and then his right foot just basically slid 4 inches on one side, and the other side stayed fine, so it just herniated a bunch of the discs in his back.
If you're deadlifting heavy-ass weights or squatting heavy-ass weights...
Just be barefoot.
Yeah, I mean, you can be very safe deadlifting barefoot. I mean, that's...
To be honest, since he told me that, I have very bad anxiety about that shit. Like, I don't want to be doing that shit.
A lot of the powerlifters that I used to compete with would either go barefoot or they would wear just regular Chucks because there's nothing in them.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But, like, why take the risk?
Yeah.
Maybe my shoe is going to fucking... The threading is going to rip. My foot's going to pop out of the side of this and fracture us.
No matter how well the shoe is made, I mean, they're not made to have an extra 500, 600 pounds.
Yeah, none of
blasting
them...
at it,
Nobody at Nike is in the lab saying, like, all right, well, this one gym douchebag is going to load 6 plates on the fucking bar and try to squat it, so let's design it for him.
Maybe they'll hear this podcast and they'll work on those next.
Yeah, none of those shoes are made for that. Not the Metcon, none of that shit. So think about that next time you're going to squat or deadlift with all that weight. Your shoes aren't designed for that shit.
If you want to go straight meathead on it, the Atomics, Kai Green style.
But I mean, like, those just look terrible.
Yeah, that's what all the old school bodybuilders train in those.
And they just look terrible.
They look like what are those shoes that the raver kids wear? Do we begin with an S?
Etny or
no?
Simple?
No. All the raver kids wear them. Celeste used to wear them. I know you're gonna know.
An S?
I'm pretty sure it's an S.
Celeste.
Supras?
Oh,
Supras.
Supras,
okay.
yeah. They look like Supras.
Yeah.
They look like cheesy Supras.
They look like shitty Supras. And Supras don't look great. All right, so going on to the next part of the question. So realistically, wear whatever's comfortable. Wear shit that's going to work for what you want to do when you're at the gym. Don't be like me and wear shit just to stunt on everybody at the gym. It's just not worth it.
It's not about it.
It's not worth it.
Performance.
It's about performance. Get one good pair of gym shoes and rock them every day.
I'll tell you though, if you do a lot of cardio like I do, it is not easy when you're fat to find a fucking good cardio shoe because I'm like 240 pounds and I have to switch my shoes all the time when I'm doing cardio. Like if I'm wearing anything that's like too soft or cushy.
Yeah, if I was doing cardio, the Vapor Max, like for running on the treadmill, you can.
I have the fucking ones with no laces and they suck.
No, see, so like these ones that I'm wearing right now, y'all. Look, watch, boom, bam, laces right there. See that fly wire that's in the shoe? So you tighten down that fly wire, and that fly wire gives you a 1-to-1 fit on your foot, and it's perfect for the treadmill.
I wish that I didn't listen to Lewis and get the goddamn laces free.
You should never listen to Lewis.
Honestly, don't like them.
You want to know why you should never listen to Lewis? Because Lewis was just in the call center telling Corey that playing poker is not all about counting cards. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Oh, yeah. And then if you've noticed, Brett's not here because Brett told Lewis to meet him outside, and Lewis didn't want that, so Brett called him a pussy, and Brett left.
Really?
Yep.
What were they fighting about?
Something about kneeling for the national anthem.
Oh, they're fighting about that right now?
They were.
Let me guess that Lewis is all about it's totally fine to kneel during the national anthem.
I don't know how the conversation went at all.
Because Brett has military in his family.
But I'm fairly certain Brett's stance was that if you want to protest that shit, find some other way.
Yes. He has military in his family, so he's going to take a strong stance on it.
Yeah, exactly.
I was there one day. Lewis has the dumbest shit sometimes.
And he just kept beating in on him that he was wrong. And Brett was like, I'm not wrong.
And he was like, Finally, he was like, and I actually heard this too. Finally, he was like, "Yo, fuck the military anyway." Which, by the way, you know where we don't take that stance.
I remember this.
Do you remember that?
Yes.
And Brett was like, "Yo, shut the fuck up." That was the first time I ever saw him.
Or no, it wasn't the military. It was Veterans Day.
Veterans Day.
It was Veterans Day.
He was like, "What the fuck is Veterans Day?" And he was like, "Yo, shut the fuck up." He's like, "I have veterans in my family." And he was like, "Oh, word, my bad." It's like, what a stupid thing to say, dude. What a dumbass fucking thing to say.
Dude,
If you want to be like, I'm trying to think of a holiday that like you can insult and get away with it. Like fuck Valentine's Day, right? Fuck Valentine's Day.
By all means, got a broken
it's
heart.
a Hallmark holiday.
You got a broken heart. You angry?
But you can't say like fuck Martin Luther King Day.
Nope.
You can't say fuck Labor Day. You
Nope.
can't say fuck Memorial Day.
Nope.
You certainly can't say fuck Veterans Day.
Absolutely
What
fucking
is wrong
not.
with you?
Like, it's like being like fuck the 4th of July. Well, get out.
I mean, like where we live, you can't say fuck Hanukkah.
Yeah, just
Any holiday gives you a day off.
It gives you a day off, bro.
Automatic win.
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely.
Why? Like,
Yeah, if you're giving me a day off from it, I love it.
I don't understand that at all.
Yeah. All those Jewish holidays that we have no idea what we're celebrating for, I'll take those too.
I mean, I'm not all that big of a Yom Kippur fan. Personally.
No, but shit, if you're gonna
Rosh Hashanah.
if you're gonna tell me not to come to the office,
We don't really get those days off, though. That's the thing.
No, but I'm saying, like, if you're gonna tell me, don't come to the office for Yom Kippur, I'm gonna be like, all right.
You want to have a real a debate today? We're not going to get too into this. This is more of a cardio Q&A thing. How come Jewish people get to take the Jewish holidays off and the Christian holidays, and we got to go to school on the Jewish holidays?
That's fucking true.
Right?
Not some of them they used to give. No, we used to get days off.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm from Connecticut. They're like, fuck the Jewish.
They're like, there ain't that many of y'all.
Yeah, they're like, you're saying.
Remember when I made them take the Dorian Yates picture down?
Yes, dude. Singerman wanted that down too.
Nah, he didn't.
He did though. He was like, well, he was like, I don't know if that was somebody that was like hacking his page because he was trying to defend that he didn't believe the Dorian would say that. And I was like, he probably did say it, dude.
And I made him put the mezuzah on the door.
Yep.
It's like, how
He
come
did.
you're Jewish, you don't have a mezuzah on the door?
No, then you got the mezuzah on the door, and the rabbi kept coming in and sitting at my fucking desk all the time, getting $100 from us every time he would come in.
I was eating pizza with pepperoni and ham. Back in the day, it was good. It was peaceful here. It was a great time.
Somehow we went from training shoes to Judaism.
Bro, the guy would come in, the fucking rabbi. One day I was like, yo, rabbi, get out of my fucking chair. Like, he would come in and sit at my desk. Him and Aaron would bullshit, and he would get a $100 check every time. He only was coming for the check.
Of course.
But, like, Aaron was such a bad practicing Jew. Like,
Yo,
he'd be eating, like, bacon, egg, and cheeses and shit.
I don't care what the reason is. You tell me I can go anywhere and collect $100 for any
go.
reason at any point in time. I'm there as many times a day as I can be there. I can come here, twice a day, 3 times a day, 4 times?
I really did say, I finally one day, I remember I walked in, I was like, yo, rabbi, you have to get out of my fucking chair. And he was like, oh, and he got up. It was like the 9th or 10th time that I came in and he was just sitting in my chair chilling.
Oh, sorry about
He
that.
left with like 500 that day. Too.
Yeah,
He's like, I'm cool. You can have the chair. I just wanted this check. It's like, I'm good, big guy.
Man,
Take it.
so last night, this is off the subject, I'm just really feeling it though. So Tristan dug into like my psoas and like my sides.
Yeah.
And it is sore as fuck.
Ooh.
You're so ass. Now your ass is so.
I shrugged 500 pounds for the first time in like a year the other day, and my traps are not very happy with me.
No, then you're lucky that you didn't impinge anything in your neck.
No, I'm very good at not doing that. Yeah. But my shoulders, when I was done with it for like the next 2 hours, you know how like when you're starting to cramp, but it's like you have enough water that you're not cramping, but like your muscles like twitching constantly nonstop because it's like I want more water. So I just kept drinking water, but every time I picked up the fucking jug to drink it, it would just get crazier because I'm using it.
That's
more.
when you got to get some extra heat on there, loosen everything up.
Oh, really?
Yep.
True. All right, so the second half of this question, which went way off topic somehow. All right. So also, I stumbled upon muscle stimulators on a website. I know really nothing about them, and they looked cool but very bro sciencey. I asked my girlfriend, who is an OT, and she said it's good for people who are just beginning or really advanced athletes under the supervision of a PT. Do you guys have any thought? Finally, I'm about to do a 12-week cycle of 2 methaquads a day, along with Abnormal and Chosen One. I'm super excited. Would you guys like before and after shots, or is that shit weird? Sincerely, your boy, Benny.
Yes, we would like after.
Bro, everything is weird, and yeah, we still want it.
Yeah. Actually, it's funny because what you were just talking about, a TENS unit, would actually be good for you when your traps are feeling like that after some intense exercise. A TENS unit is going to send electrical stimulation through the muscle. It's going to send it from point to point. So wherever you put those 2 points, the current is going to go back and forth, and those are actually very good. Bruce Lee used to be a huge advocate of muscle stimulation. He used to leave him on his muscles even when he was resting. Just consistently stimulate everything over and over and over again. It aids in recovery, and I guess the reason that she's saying that you should have a physical therapist there is if you don't know what you're doing. I don't know that you could really hurt yourself, but you probably wouldn't be doing anything beneficial for yourself. I used to walk around the TENS unit all the time.
I don't know, but when I first found out about these was shortly after I started going to the gym and messing around with juice for the first time. Mm-hmm. And, of course, my buddy who got me into the gym was the one that had it, and we were at his house hammered.
Putting it on your balls and shit.
Hammered one weekend. We were like, oh, put it on our forehead. And we're like, all right, put it from your shoulder to your elbow and see what happens to your bicep. All right, turn it up all the way. And we're sitting there like, bah, bah, like just hitting ourselves.
Well, that's what will happen. In Jackass, they put it on their balls. That had to hurt bad.
We didn't do anything like that, but it was like, let's see how weird we can make this muscle look without trying
to
move
is,
it.
I guess that is the one bad thing.
It's just not good for bodybuilders to have when they're going to be drinking and shit. Like that's one blunt away
there
from
are a lot of things that bodybuilders shouldn't have when they're drinking.
That's like guns, one blunt away from like my eyes are really red. Should I use the electrotherapy on them? Just zap my eyelid really quick. Do you think that'll make it white?
If you watch the old Bruce Lee stuff, though, you can find stuff with him using the old TENS units.
Yeah, but he's also like,
throwing karate chops.
Bruce fucking fast. Lee and shit. Like,
we don't have Bruce Lee anymore, but we have Dragon Izumi now.
Yeah, that's true.
He didn't know who Bruce Lee was, even. He knew of him, but he didn't understand like why I was calling him Bruce Lee. And I was like, dude, the resemblance is uncanny. And then I sent him a bunch of Bruce Lee stuff, and he was like, I see it now. And I was like, man, I can't believe you don't really know about Bruce Lee.
How do you live your whole life looking like Bruce Lee's little brother and not know who Bruce Lee is?
Generation gap.
It's a huge generation gap.
Still, though. How old is he?
Early 20s.
I mean, like, I'm not early 20s, but shit. Fuck, am I that old? Like,
yeah, what if I said, I like Vanity from The Last Dragon? It would be like, what is that?
A lot of people won't know that.
See?
Vanity.
I have no idea what the fuck.
See, that was a movie we watched.
Okay. All right. I just thought
Prince fucking had sex with Vanity.
Yeah.
I just thought that, like,
Prince hooked up with all that shit. Apollonia. Didn't Prince discover Carmen Electra?
Yes.
Yep. Apollonia, Vanity, and Carmen Electra. Probably some other ones that we're not even naming right now.
All right, we're down to the last question.
Oh, it's time for Moon Cookie.
Drum roll, please.
Girl, man.
All right. Hello, this is PJ's favorite person in the whole wide world. I have 2 follow-up questions from the last podcast. First, PJ, so basketball does indeed count as cardio, right?
Yes.
Now, do BCAAs give you cancer? Second, what is there to learn from the Kardashian sister? She is about to be the youngest self-made billionaire, beating Mark Zuckerberg by a few years. I haven't been able to stomach one single show of hers. Wanted to once I saw news on Forbes, but since you like the Kardashians, maybe you could give insight. What is there to learn? What is she doing differently from other celeries? As a bonus hobby Sith pal question, I wanted to ask you about lab-grown meat. Friggin' Merck recently invested in a lab meat company. Costs have dropped 300 plus USD a pound to 30 USD in 2015 and is expected to cost the same or less than normal meat by 2020. It requires a tiny fraction of energy, contamination, etc. as normal meat, and best of all, doesn't kill animals. However, I haven't found information regarding its protein quality and quantity. Any insight into this? Thank you very much. Sorry for all the non-bodybuilding questions. Lots of love to you.
I don't even know about lab-grown meat.
I don't know about lab-grown meat, but that's definitely bodybuilding related.
I don't really know all the details.
I have to research it, and I don't even know. That sounds sketchy as hell, though.
That sounds like I want to kill it with
Captain
fire.
America definitely eats lab-grown meat.
I mean, if that's what it's going to do, I want some.
I have to do research on that one. As far as the Jenner shit, this is the thing. My mom and I were talking about this the other day because my mom likes her, right? And I was like, Mom. Because my mom was like, you're an entrepreneur just like Kylie Jenner. And I was like, just like her? Thank you. Thank you so freaking much.
So glad I'm in that pool.
Yeah. Thanks for thinking highly of me, Mom. So all of these really famous people have really, really, really smart people around them, and they have people that are good at making money off of their celebrity. And that's what happened. You have a little girl who did her lips fake, And, there's nothing wrong with that. Almost every girl I know has fake lips now.
Yep.
And she put out a lip plumping cream that you put it on your lips and it like burns for a few seconds.
Yep. It's like selling lollipops.
Her lip plumping cream, it causes like a local inflammation. And so your lips get swollen. They get a little bigger. So obviously that's not why her lips got bigger. It wasn't because of these goddamn lip plumping creams.
No, she's using the hydronics.
Yes. She's using hydronics.
That's where I'm putting my hydronics, everybody, just to let you know.
She went sober.
She's clean and sober on the lips now? I heard.
The lips are flat.
It's all marketing. But, so here's the thing. She fucking blew it up with her cosmetics. And it all started over her lips getting real big all of a sudden. So, you've got a great, great demographic. You've got billions, well, definitely millions, maybe a billion young girls.
Billions.
Okay, then billions. Young girls.
Young, influential, have money of
12
their parents.
to like 19.
Yes.
Right?
Billions.
Watching your show, reading about you in magazines and Us Weekly and all those other fucking bullshit magazines.
Just wanting to breathe more like you. Anything I can do
Anything,
to look
dude.
more, breathe more, be more like Kylie.
By the way, for the record, I watched the Kardashians for two reasons. One, I think that Kim Kardashian is extremely hot. She's like the shit for me. The tits, as the British would say. I've always loved her. I loved her way before fucking Kanye. Way before.
Is that? But so see, me personally, like I think her face is pretty, but the rest of her just absolutely does nothing for me.
I love that sloppy fat ass. I love that.
But so that's what I. So I want to know, like the
sloppy
fascination-
Joes.
So like I fucking love a good fat ass, but like that one in particular, like where does the fascination come from? Is it just from certain death if it's out on your face?
Well, now it's gotten they've injected it with all this shit. It's like it's out of hand now. But
it's crazy now.
Original Kim Kardashian, like back when she was like more like ethnic looking.
Like 8 years ago.
Yeah, she was hot as Ray J Kim Kardashian.
Yes, Ray J Kim Kardashian was hot as fuck.
Also, the way she took that fucking sword.
Oh.
That fucking chocolate sword that she took. That shit, I was like, I liked her even more for that.
You're fucking lying if you mean to tell me you frequent Pornhub more than twice a week and at least once a month you're not in that Ray J video.
I still do.
Once a month you're in there. Don't fucking lie. It's such a good flick.
With the subbed in sounds from like a year later. Oh, Ray J.
Yeah, buddy. We know the good ones.
Shout out to Ray J.
Yeah, so that, I mean, like, Kanye, you might have her now, but you ain't have her at the prime.
No.
You have her. You might have had her right after the prime.
She went like the blonde-haired look for a little while and shit. I didn't really like when she did that.
It wasn't bad.
Anything she does is still going to be hot. I liked her when she was like I liked J-Lo when she was Jenny from the Block.
Okay.
Like old school J-Lo.
Yeah.
Not like in
like those puffy
not
pink-
in Living Color J-Lo when she was like real fair skinned with the short hair.
The puffy pink track
pants.
pants.
She got into the puffy. Oh yes, the Ja Rule video. That's when I fucking liked J-Lo a lot. So I like that look.
But like now, like Kanye West when he uses her for the modeling, the clothing and stuff, I'm looking at her and I'm like, she's not a good model for your clothing because no fucking person looks like this.
No.
Nobody else is gonna look like this in your clothing with their fucking ass four times the size of a semi truck. What are you doing? Like
Out with the quarterback.
Yep.
49ers.
Yeah, from the 49ers. That came up on my Q&A. The funniest shit comes up in my Q&A. By the way, if you listen to the podcast and you don't listen to my cardio Q&A, it's pretty raw on there. There's no censorship on there until it's too late. I had to censor my own shit last night, dude. How fucking hilarious is
censor
this?
it?
Yeah, I had to delete something last night.
why?
I don't even know how this can happen. A certain somebody was messaging me like crazy, delete your live. Your live is still on. And so I don't know how this happens. I deleted it. If you notice my live from last night's gone.
Oh,
How does that happen?
dude! Last night your live was doing fucked up shit. Like when you were like, "What? How's my connection? How's my connection?" And I was like, "Your connection's bad.
Yeah,
you probably
but
want to turn it
everyone
off."
else was saying it was good.
And everybody else was good. And you're like, "You're saying it's good. I'm leaving it on." I was like, "No, you should turn it off," because it was literally like it would play in real time for a minute or two, and then it would jump back to the beginning. And then it would jump forward to something that I hadn't heard yet, and then it would like restart, and it kept doing that and kept doing that, and I'm like, this is fucked up. Somebody's gonna join on here, and he's gonna. At one point, it almost sounded like you said something bad, but I realized because I wasn't watching the phone, I had it on my counter, and I was over in the kitchen, and it sounded like you said something really fucked up, and I turned over and looked at the phone to be like, what the fuck is he saying? And then I realized it was glitching, and I was like, oh no, it didn't make any sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, what the fuck?
I don't know what I said either, but like. So my phone was frantically going off, and I was trying to do the Epsom salt bath, and so I was like, "Leave me alone," and it was just nonstop. And then it was who you expect it to be, who shall not be discussed at this time.
Yeah.
Not until a couple more weeks from now. And I'm like sending her to voicemail, and it's
like,
over and over again. So finally I'm like, what? She's like, delete your live now. It's on. And I'm like, because I actually knew what I was doing. So I went into the kitchen, slammed the catnip, right? And I was making some shit in the kitchen. I don't know why, but I was going, I'm fucking tired, motherfucker. I'm fucking tired. And I was like rambling and like going on. And like the cat was in my way. I was like, the fuck out of here. And I like pushed the cat away. And I don't know why. Like, you know when you're by yourself and you just kind of get like
you're
that.
Just way more of a dick than you ever would be.
Yeah. And my thing was on, and she was like, yo, you can hear. And she was like, the angle she said was going up in my face. And then I was going, I don't know why I was doing this, but I was going, I kept on going, oh, motherfucker, like that. I don't know why.
Bro, oh my God. I can't
Yo,
tell
I
you.
was frantically
Bro, that's
going,
like my bigged fear.
Right?
That's like my biggest fear.
Because you know what what I think that I might have been doing? Because I had like just taken out Lubriderm and shit. And like we were talking like, we'll talk about this off the air. Let's just wrap it up at this point. Because there's more that I can't tell right now.
Oh my God, this is the best ending ever.
How did it stay on like that? Yo, I was freaking out though. Because even though it was only a couple minutes, I was like, there's definitely somebody watching that.
Dude, bro.
And it was coming up as like video not ready or something like that when I was going back to it. And I've never deleted a live before. Somebody's probably trying to find a way to bring it back.